Hello, my viewers, and oh, good, I'm not muted. Hello, my viewers, and welcome to Tibbs TV. We are going to be playing some Fallout 4, and today we ask the million-dollar question: will we execute a lazy settler today? We find out in this episode. Whoever dropped that like, thank you. You are awesome. All right, so. What's your favorite laxative? I don't take laxatives. Anyway, we are going to do this. Let's see, something up. Make sure it's all kind of there. Let me pop out the chat. I can put the chat on the screen. Give me a second, guys. Why do you ask? It's a weird question to ask somebody. I think what's funny is a lot of people come on the internet and ask these really outlandishly crazy questions. It's like, you guys were never taught how to properly socialize, were you? It's all good. You guys want to be a bunch of weirdos, go for it. Alright, let's see. Can you see me? What's your favorite laxative? I said I don't have one because I don't take laxatives. Yeah. Microphone is working. Blowing into it brings up the red screen. I see you. The answer to your question is I don't take any. How does it feel to look at two different directions? I don't do that. I don't even know how you could look at two different directions. Let's see. All at the same time must be panoramic. I wouldn't know. Like, I have a really smart ass response, but like at the same time, I don't know. Anyway, let's see here.
Huh? Speak up.
Oh.
We're gonna need a heavy hitter for the site to keep working, kid. Buff out ought to do it.
Alright, I'll find some.
Just let me know.
Alright, let's see if we have any buff out. I believe it being here. We don't have any buff out. How much would it take to make some buff out?
You certainly know your way around a workbench.
Can you not make buff out? Of course not.
We can keep traveling as much as you want. I don't require sleep or food in order to survive.
It's good to know. You okay, Fred? What are you doing?
I used to be quite the adventurer when I was younger. Now these old bones just can't keep up.
Let's see. Casper says, Jesus Christ, boy, you're breathing too loud. What have you been eating? A tater melt from Jack in the Box? I don't know if there's a Jack in the Box in Michigan. So, no. But at least we get an idea where you're from. Let's see. We're gonna go to sleep for, I guess, till morning. Our tater melt's good. Let's see. Alright, oh, Preston.
Apparently the castle's been trying to get you on the radio. Some kind of situation over there. Better go see what's going on.
I taught the Raiders a lesson, so.
That's good. I hope I live to see the day when people aren't always worried about the next raider attack.
Alright, is that it? Okay, cool. That's it. Oh, hold on. Let me just slam this shut. Still nothing from the Yagua cage. I'm not from the US, if you're wondering. My friend online in the US has told me about that, but yeah, you're breathing too loud in the waves, like the waves of a beach. I don't think you've been to a beach in a while. I wasn't wondering. I really could care less. I'm just pointing it out, like, if there's a Jackbox in your area, it tells us a lot about you. Not really. It doesn't tell us much at all, actually. But, like, you know, since you bring up Jack in the Box, there's not a Jack in the Box in my area, so that says something about me. What it says is I don't eat Jack in the Box. Alright, so let's see. We got old guns out of the fire. Let's mark all these. Mark this, remove the marker. Nuke World Transit Center. And my mic picks up everything, so at this point it is what it is. Hey D-Chat, what's up, bro? Let's go this way. I don't have any hot dogs, so therefore the answer to that would be solid no. Fred, relax.
I think they got away. Let's get this done. That's the last of them.
Officially.
Can you see them, sir? Sir?
Well, the good news is we'll have plenty of food for the month. Anyway. That's debatable. How so? How is that debatable? I say I don't have any, and you're basically assuming things you have no proof of to be able to verify otherwise. So how is it debatable? Sounds to me like a warranted delusion. An unwarranted delusion, actually, but still.
Yeah, stay gone. Hit the showers.
Let's see. Lots of hot dogs, popcorn, and other things. Well, are people not supposed to be able to eat? You have a problem with eating? Seems to me like you have a lot of insecurities. I've never met a human being. I've never met any life form that could type into a live chat that is anti-eating. You don't like. He doesn't like people that eats, I guess. I don't know. Or he has a problem with popcorn and hot dogs, I suppose. I don't know. I actually am not really sure what to do with that proclamation he made in the chat a minute ago. I understand that people are retarded, but like that's gotta be one of the dumber things I've heard. Let's see. These hot dogs, are they prepped repressed fantasy of Casper's? And Casper responds, yeah, I know who you are, don't start. So the answer to D-Chat's question is yes. Because he knows who he is, don't start. I don't think he was starting anything here. I think he was responding to your outlandishness. This guy again. Seriously?
Yes?
That guy is always in danger. No, I'm just wondering about your health and loud breathing. Why do you care about my health? Is that the focus of the stream? Is the stream called Tibbs' Health? Like, kind of weird that you're focused on that. Are you trying to sound intimidating or something? If you don't like the loud breathing, why are you listening so hard on that one thing? There's other things going on screen besides my breathing. Am I not supposed to breathe? I mean, I'm just curious. I'm not trying to like make it seem like it's a big deal. He's making it a big deal, so I'm assuming he has an issue with my breathing. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Let's see. Casper wants something long and meaty in his mouth. Casper says, D-Chat, oh come on, I've seen what you look like. Don't get started on hot dogs if you're eating that much. Casper does want D-Chat's meaty schlong in his mouth. Good to know. I didn't know you were gay, Casper. Wasn't Casper always gay, though? Like, they made a point of that in the comics, I think, at one point. I don't know. I didn't really read the Casper comics. I just assume. Anyway. Let's see. We'll get the Blue Rocket t-shirt. Get this thing. Ooh! Permanently gain better prices than buying from a vendor. Thank God.
Learn anything interesting, sir?
Yeah, we have better prices now. You get like 20 more of those when we set. Let's see. You can breathe. Just back the mic up a bit or breathe slower. If you don't like the volume of my mic, why are you watching the stream? Normally people wouldn't sit there and try to fine tune it. They would just insult and then leave. Seems to me like you're really concerned with being here, I guess. I'm not really sure. I could care less at this point, but just trying to fine tune an explanation of your demeanor. That's Casper with a C, genius. Mine's with a K. No, I'm talking about the one with a K. Which Casper were you thinking of? Is there a gay Casper that's spelled with a C? I always thought it was with a K. Why are you streaming then? Because I want to. I'm streaming because I feel like it. Like, it's not really what I asked to, and also that argument doesn't really work here at all. But hold on. Let me try to make sense of this. Casper with a K. There's a Casper with a K out there that's gay, and so I correlate it with your name. Why are you streaming then? I didn't realize you would focus the stream in that aspect. Let's see, what else could it be? Loud breathing. Why are you streaming? Because I want to. Works both ways. Casper wants D-Chat's meaty schlong in his mouth. Why are you streaming then? Because that has nothing to do with that, I guess. Just trying to make sense what he was asking that for. What else is there? What else? Hot dogs and popcorn have nothing to do with the stream, so why are you streaming then? Because I want to and I'm not hungry, I guess. I don't know. Let's see, what else? Let's see. Back at the mic a bit, breathe slower. Why are you streaming then? Yeah, that argument doesn't work in any aspect. Okay, he says majority of the stream if you had like 1K viewers, which let's be honest, that will never happen. Yeah, here's the thing. Wait, hold on. Let's read that first comment. 3:24 p.m. Majority of the stream if you had like 1K viewers, which let's be honest, that will never happen. I'm not sure what that has to do with anything. Like, okay, so you think that we'll never have 1K viewers? Okay, that doesn't mean shit to me. He says majority of the stream if you had like 1K viewers. In regards to what? The gay Casper thing? Like, I don't know if you know how to have a proper conversation. Then he says, yeah, here's the thing. The majority of the stream would be pointing out your loud breathing. by you so far. So I guess if that's your gimmick, go for it, I guess. It is distracting. You can't be disregarded. He just used the word regarded, and that's a rule in a chat not to do that. I guess we're going to give you a warning. We don't use the word regarded as an adjective or as a noun on this channel. If you're not going to write the word retarded as it's meant to be written with a T, not a G, then you will lose the ability to speak it. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is actually make that a blocked word because I don't really promote troll lingo in these chats. I almost forgot about regarded. It's kind of on me at the end of the day. Regarded. I can't ban regard because in regards... Actually, no, I can. Regard. If you put regards, then it's different. Alright. Thank you for reminding me of that. Let's see. Oh, did he get banned? Did he get chucked out of my chat? Little cunt. Anyway. Well, now it won't be the majority of the stream him bitching about sounds. He's complaining about my breathing. I don't really think my breathing is picking up that bad. If it is, don't watch stream. Because I'm not going to go and spend 40 minutes trying to fix that. I just don't care. Also, if I don't fix it, then I will never have 1K viewers. And then guess what happens? You're right for once. Alright. I don't know why they think I give a crap. Let's see. Like, I don't understand why they think I should care. I have heard 97% of the people in my chats complaining about the stupidest, most retarded things humanly imaginable. Therefore, I don't care about your complaints. There's nobody's complaints that matter to me. If you have a criticism, shove it up your ass. I don't care. Because all it's been is people complaining. Like, I've never heard a bigger group of man children than when I start streaming. Every single person who comes in here is a whiny bitch. Because all they do is complain. They don't try to enjoy the stream. They don't enjoy the gameplay. They don't contribute anything healthy to the conversation. It's always a bunch of projection and a bunch of people acting stupid because think of the children. And it's been nothing but complaints. If you complain this often, I'm going to lose interest in trying to improve my content. Because clearly you don't want to improve the content. You want to complain no matter what I do. So that being said, if you have a complaint, kindly take 15 steps back and fuck your own face. Because I could care less. It has been so ongoing that clearly I don't have to listen to anyone. I can do whatever the fuck I want and get away with it. Because at this point, if you had something substantial to say, or something relevant, you would actually contribute to the conversation, or contribute to the actual stream. People whining is not contributing to the stream. In fact, if you want me to take you seriously, donate $4,000 to my Cash App, and I will gladly respond to your stupidity with some actual sincerity. But in the meantime, if I don't see $4 grand pop in my actual Cash App, I'm not going to take you seriously. Here's why. Because most of the time, no one fucking cares. And also, who's going to pay $4,000 to be taken seriously? Point is, I don't want to have to hear it. Let's see. What's your favorite topping on your salad? I'll send you a few to your house. No, you won't. Let's see here. You can send toppings via Cash App. Send me money. That's how you can do that. Because I don't take mail from any person. It's always been a weirdos. And if it's always going to be weirdos sending weird things like poop in a box, at that point, you can just send me to a Cash App and I'll buy it my fucking self. That way, it basically removes the middleman. Criticism is not whining. Exactly. It's not even, well, it's not even criticism, that's right. It's just whining. So, if you're just going to whine nonstop, don't bother. Let's see. Wow, not only you're built like Wings, but you're acting like Wings. I'm not built like Wings. Wings is immensely larger. Wings of Redemption is extremely overweight. Like, holy shit, 400 to 500 pounds at minimum. I think the Juggernaut from State of Decay 2 would be the best way to give an analogy on that guy. He is massive. Not that I care. being that you bring up Wings of Redemption, which I'm assuming who Wings is, right? Wings as a person, usually Wings of Redemption. Shows that you're a troll. Anyway. But, you know, I'm not surprised that it's all about be a bunch of people assuming that I'm overweight. By the way, how can you tell how I'm built if you're looking at gameplay and only gameplay? You're a retard. Like, fuck, you can't tell what somebody looks like from watching gameplay that has nothing to do with them. Even my character is skinny. Even that wouldn't work. Like, if my character was huge, then I'd say, yeah, that would make some sense. But, like, we have a moron in our chat. They think they think skinny characters in the game means you're fat in real life. That is a lot of projection. Projection by me, by Hugh, who knows. And Wings of Redemption is also extremely messed up. Like, he has some serious problems. I've criticized this guy in the past, but it's not like anyone wants to go back and look at those videos and actually hear the actual context of what was said. They just want to pretend like they watched it, which doesn't surprise me the slightest. Let's see. Your shorts. Lily's face is public. No, it's not. Anyway. Oh, hey guys. You do realize that I have never been overweight like Wings of Redemption? Like, if you're going to compare me to Wings of Redemption, you should understand the difference. Wings of Redemption is round. I am ovular at best. So, it doesn't really work. Let's see. Let's grab this water real quick. Are you a wings troll?
Maybe I could carry some of that.
You know what? That'd be grand. Where are you at?
What can
I noticed that 95% of the people coming in here to quote unquote complain, it's always criticisms of weight and also crapping on people who play Fallout. I've noticed that being a thing. Why is it always people who play Fallout? I've noticed that being a common thing. So hypothetical, I don't really expect an answer. Well, I mean, it's not really hypothetical, it is kind of there. Really butthurt about Fallout, I guess? I mean, I don't really know why they do it, but like, Wings of Redemption. Well, actually, in general, the Fallout community gets a lot of beef because people just don't like them playing Fallout. I've always questioned that. Alright, let's see. Let's see. Literally, your face is public. Already read that comment. Alright, we're good. Did he comment again after that? I don't really see another comment. I'm also not really looking all the way down the screen. Let's see. Thin beaker, surgical scalpel. Ooh, lots and lots of pieces.
Sure, go ahead and take a look.
Sweet. Alright, let's see. See. Nope, I just look around for hilariously bad people. I think bad people is subjective, though. I think it depends on the opinions of the person in question, because the opinion changes person to person. So you think I'm bad because what? You're gonna just assume? Let me guess. You heard something that someone else said, as you're gonna assume it to be the case. I mean, you don't just show up to someone's stream and call them bad out of nowhere. You have to have that opinion start from somewhere. So you're just gonna assume. Let's see. What did he say? What's the capital of Spain? Did not look it up. I don't know, and I don't really care because I don't live in that country. I could ask you the same question, not to look it up, but you've already looked it up, right? That you don't know that because you live in Spain. You had to have looked that up, right? Nobody really has. If you don't live in a country, it's not like you're going around looking for the country. You're not looking for the capital of random countries. Like, if you don't live in Spain, you're not going to care about the capital of Spain. You know what I mean? Like, if it's not really relevant to any average conversation, you know what I mean? Then what's the point of giving a crap? Why is that supposed to? Is that supposed to prove intelligence or something? All right, we got that door already. Got some buff out from Mama Murphy. Let's see. D-Chat definitely looked it up. Says something Ukrainian. Why is the Ukrainians always the one being a dick? I've seen how he looks. One brain cell of his falls faster than an apple. Why are you such a cunt? Like, you're over here insulting people nonstop. You don't really prove yourself to be very intelligent when you do that. If you have to insult people nonstop to pass the time, you're kind of a loser. Because so far that's all you've done is insult people. It's capital California, Tips TV. I don't live in California, so why would I care? Not Ukrainian, try again. What are you then? That looks like Ukrainian dialect, but I could be wrong. Note the words "I could be wrong" has been muttered from my mouth. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Do we get this? I feel like this game is rigged. Like the Porta Diner game, it's rushing you ding dong. Who do we know that says ding dong, by the way? Ding dong, is that a normal way? Is that a normal thing to call people? Also, you don't seem very Russian. You seem kind of. You seem like you're from the UK. What's the capital of Russia? This is an easy one. Asking what the capital of Russia is like the stupidest thing you could ask because it's the easiest question to answer. Why are we having a contest with you, though? That's the thing I don't understand. Got 100 pre-war money. Well, looks like this bank has already been looted. Let's see. Say it the way the Russians would say it, too. Does that prove that he lives in Russia? No, because everyone knows the capital of Russia is Moscow. That's why I said that's an easy one. Like, that should never be taken as, like, evidence of anything, because everyone knows the capital of Russia. Everybody. Isn't, I'm trying to think of the capital of California, because I lived there for, like, 30 years. What was it? It wasn't San Francisco, I know that. It was something else. Sacramento. Sacramento. Pretty sure that's the capital. I could be wrong. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure it's Sacramento. Kept thinking San something. It's like, it's not it. It can't be San something because San something isn't a real place. Let's see. I didn't even have to look that up. You know, it's funny. You said that after I said it, though. You wrote that after I said it. You didn't have to look it up because you heard me say it. Be honest here. You only think you know it because you heard me say it. That's why you wrote it after. I mean, that's your mentality, right? You're cheating because I can't prove that you're cheating, but you're cheating. I'm like, I wasn't aware this was a contest. Let's see. So we got a Russian cunt in our chats. This is a first. We never have Russian cunts in our chats. Usually it's Ukrainian cunts. Let's see. Oh, he's still here. Okay, hold on. He says, sorry to sound arrogant about intelligence, but at least I know capitals. Just because I say it and then you repeat it doesn't mean you know shit. Like, that's a delusion, bro. You don't know shit. You're in here acting like you know. Dude, you wouldn't have to brag about how much you know if you actually knew shit. Like, I can't pronounce your Russian name if that's in Russian, but if you actually knew shit, you would need to be bragging about how you know shit. Like, you look like a man-child retard at that point. It's like, I know capitals. Ooh, wow, you are such a big geographer there. Like, so impressive. The girls must be really bouncing on that fucking dick, I guess. I don't fucking know. All right, whatever you say, brah. I don't know what to say to that. It's like, wow, you know capitals. You're so, oh my god, a little scholar. What the fuck was that? No, but seriously, like, what are we supposed to look at? Are we supposed to call you a scholar or something? Like, you know capitals. Wow, I'm so impressed. I fucking don't know what to say to that. You're such a loser. Like, what kind of fucking loser walks into a live chat and says, I'm better than you all because I know capitals? Fucking clown. Oh, wow. Is that a thing in Russia? Is it common in Russia? Do you think you're better than everybody because you know capitals? I know the capital of Sacramento after you said it, but that makes me better than you, the guy who said it. Ooh, because literally that's what happened. No, really, there's really no two ways around that too. Like, you're a fucking loser. Like, I don't know, man. I'm not trying to pick on you. I'm not trying to dog on you, but I can't take you seriously. I like how his name is Raider Scum. Jesus Christ, Fred, relax.
That takes care of that.
I like how there's just duct tape and cue balls on everybody. Let's see. I guess we could try to get that building. Let's see. It's hilarious how you thought I didn't know your face. I can click your name and see everything. I know your history. A lot of people online do. I'm not special. I'm just seeing you. I'm just like seeing you irritated. Okay. So you're a gay stalker. Congratulations. Look, man, if you want to bounce on this dick, I don't really think we can arrange that because I'm not really into gay things. You know what I mean? Like, it's not my cup of tea. But since you're a gay stalker, he's like, I know your face. I know your history. I can click on your name and see what you look like. Okay, how big is my cock? Give me exact in inches how long it is, motherfucker. Since you're so obsessed with my dick. So we got a gay Russian in our chat. I don't really know what to do with that. This isn't really surprising that this happens all the time, too. It's like, I feel like we've had this happen before. This has happened once before. There was the story of another time where the gay Russian made himself known because he wanted to bounce on Tibbs's dick. Which is really hilarious because that's all they... It's funny because all they ever seem to want is to bounce on my dick. And I don't really know what to do with that. If you want to...
You're mine now, rookie.
Let's take them out.
No! Die already, asshole!
Let's see. Let's see. We got some bombs. I fought the law, and the law won. Ooh, another overdue book. Let's see. It's all public, by the way. You've already said that. You're repeating yourself. So are you autistic too? Are you a gay autistic Russian? You brought up that question, not me. No, you brought it up. You brought up how you can click on my name and see my face and you know what I look like. You brought that up, not me. So we'll add retarded to the list of describing words of you. Because when you bring up something, when you bring it up in the first place, that means you brought it up. I'm just responding to you at this point. I don't take you seriously in the slightest either, just so it's out there. We already here at one point. Let's see. Where's the next location? I don't know if you've noticed, I don't find you that interesting, but since you must have my attention, let's see what he wrote this time. You brought it up and was never interested in that. No, you brought it up and I was never interested. Because I don't care. Like, you're the one who brought it up. You mentioned how you know what I look like. Okay, if you know what I look like, that means you saying that, you brought it up. Like, are we seriously having this argument? Are you that much of a man-child? You can't take accountability? A lot of trolls can't take accountability. It's not surprising. See, this is the beauty of someone who's selfish and time bomb over their ego. That would be you, obviously, because you're the one bitching more than anyone else right now. I'm simply responding to you. If you're going to be in my chat and say things to me, I might as well respond, right? That's the whole point of a conversation. It's a two-way street. And you're saying it's an ego thing. No, I'm responding to your stupidity. You're a gay autistic retard. Okay, congratulations. This is a gay Russian autistic retard. We're all just collecting words and that's what we came up with, okay? I'm not trying to insult you. I'm not following you with a car or always know what you do online. That's what you're saying, okay? I know your history. I know what you look like. I know I can click your name. Like, why are you making a big deal out of it? If it's not a big deal to you in the first place. If you look stupid and you're trying to backtrack, just don't keep it going. Just move on. It's not that big a deal.
Opening fire.
The raider was paying his respects to his dead friend, apparently. We're gonna take the flowers, though. Like, if it's not a big deal to you, then move on. Don't keep hanging on it like you're somehow trying to correct yourself. Oh, that's not what it was about. I wasn't trying to say that. Like, no one cares, man. It's not that deep. Like, if you're not following me in the car, good, because you'd get your ass shot if you did. Like, seriously, don't be fucking stalking other men. It's kind of weird, man. Men don't like that. Real men, and you're from Russia, supposedly. You should know that. Like, do not do that. Like, do not be stalking people with your car. It's just not a good look. If you did, I'd have to put you on blast and expose your bitch ass. Alright, there we go. not trying to single you out. I'm not trying to say you're a bad person. I'm trying to say you sound stupid. Let's see. They dropped a bunch of... Oh, look, guys. We made it to Ohio. Okay, we should probably go this way. Because there's a lot of rads right now. That... Holy moly. Let's see. I know your history because everyone has it documented. You know, I've heard that, but then you guys always have to fake shit along the way. It's not really documented if you have to fake it. Also, who has me documented? A bunch of trolls? Ooh, scary.
We've got company.
A bunch of trolls have me documented. I'm so impressed. Trolls. The very people that are known for never telling the truth and having to fake it to make it have me documented. Ooh, scary. I didn't realize you were the internet woke police. Antifa has me documented. I'm so terrified. Oh my god. Hold on, no. I'm on a bit. I'm doing a bit here. I'm doing a bit. Oh my god. Antifa, trolls, and a bunch of internet gay stalkers have me documented. Ooh, I'm so intimidated. I didn't realize they had me documented. Really think about that. Bunch of gay stalkers who are obsessed with my penis size have me documented. Oh my god. Whatever will I do? Fucking weirdo. Go fuck yourself. Oh, they're gonna call me a bunch of mean names because they have me documented and they don't like that they were called names. I made fun of them, so they're gonna call me names now. They're gonna make fun of my weight, saying I'm way larger than I actually am. Ooh, because that's how gay stalkers cope. It is 4,000 milligrams of copium. The Rainbow Russian is going to have a problem with me because I made fun of him, mocking him because apparently he has me documented. Ooh. Should I stop running around in circles at this point? Hold on. Is Winter okay? Oh, yeah, she's fine. All right. Why is it men specifically? Why not people? We getting a smudge of your closeted gay emotions? No, I say men because it has been only men. Every single person that comes in here that has me documented is a man. It's fucking weird. It's also kind of gay. So, and I say it's gay because if it wasn't men, then it wouldn't be gay. It would be bisexual at best because it's always a sexual thing I've noticed. So if it's a bunch of men and their sexual fantasies writing fan fiction about what they think I should be, at that point, yeah, it's a bunch of gay bullshit. Antifa, Jesus, now you're being schizo. Well, actually, no. A lot of the time, they admitted to being members of Antifa, claiming they were members of Antifa. So at that point, I have to assume it to be true. If you guys tell the truth constantly, then I have to assume it to be true. Unless you're lying. But then again, you guys do lie a lot. So at that point, maybe the Antifa thing was just another lie. Who knows? Not that it really matters. But anyway, are you seriously bitching about the wording too? I'm mocking you. I know in Russia they're a little behind on technology, but maybe you could like not be such a moron and realize what sarcasm is. You do know what sarcasm. Hold on. Russia guy, you do know what sarcasm is, right? Please tell me they have sarcasm in Russia, because if it's such a communist country over there that it's a shithole and Putin has fucked over everybody by making sarcasm not a thing, then I will believe Ukraine on their crap. Because until then, really, yeah, but you're calling it stalking. Well, you're following me around when I don't want it, and it's not reciprocated the same way. So 2 or more unwanted contacts constitute stalking in the United States of America. So it is stalking. Harassing somebody for 2 years, it's still stalking. Anyway. Oh, hold on. We actually probably should quick save. All right. That being said, we have a gay Russian stalker bitching about the wording. You know what? I'm not surprised. I'm just surprised. I am surprised because normally we don't have these morons coming out of Russia. Usually it's America. You get the mojo. I'll be right back. see. I think he sounds like a moron personally. Half crazy? I don't know. How about just moronic in general? Anyway. He's like, Antifa? Jesus, now you're being schizo. Well, when they're always saying they're Antifa, I have to assume it to be true. I mean, they do lie a lot, so maybe we can take that at face value, that maybe they're lying about that too. But, you know, at this point, does it really matter? Because it is still a bunch of gay stuff. Like, we're gonna find you, Tibbs, and we're gonna talk about your butthole for, like, ever. Because that's really what it's been. It has been nonstop focusing on all the gayest, most sexual things I've ever seen in my life. And knowing one of them comes out of Russia is just hilarious. I mean, I thought Russia didn't have this problem. I guess Russia has weirdos too. Who knew? At this point, I can't even help but, like, notice that. It's like, and it's every single stream. By the way, it's one person every single stream. It's probably the same guy. Because his English is too fucking good to be coming out of Russia. You should see some Russian symbols or something. Also, I didn't know Russia really had good Wi-Fi. I thought they were behind about 20, 30 years in technology. I could be wrong about that. I'm not Antifa's. That's not even a real organization here. I don't think Antifa's is a thing in general. No, Lily, nobody brought up your butthole. Well, you're talking about how you're not following me in a car. And you're the first one to bring that up. I'm not following you in my car. Well, first of all, your English is too good to be Russian. So you're not really Russian. You're probably one of the same people that's been in here a million times acting like a fucking fool. And also, the amount of weird things about stalking that you have brought up. My appearance, following out, finding my information online, documenting me, all that shit. Well, at this point, it's a bunch of weird bullshit. And I have to wonder why you're stalking me. Because telling me I'm a bad person isn't good enough. We stalk, in general, people as for a reason. So if you're going to stalk somebody, there's got to be a reason, right? Telling me I'm a bad person wouldn't be a good enough reason. If you're going to document me and everything for God knows how long, there must be some kind of an obsession there. And I would have to wonder what the obsession is. What is it you're trying to find out? At this point in time, I can only assume it has something to do with your fascination with my butthole. Because at this point, I don't know what else it could be. I mean, I talked shit about a bunch of trolls at one point, made them look bad. That was probably a starting point. Let's go in here. But, all in all, I really don't know. Like, I have to assume, sorry to sound arrogant about my intelligence, but I took English for 6 years. Yeah, that doesn't explain it. I took Spanish for 7 years, and I still don't talk fluent Spanish, so. Your English is way too good for somebody who's not in English. So I think you're lying about your Russian nature. Then again, trolls lie about all that stuff, so it's not really surprising. Can we go in here? No? Okay. I think you're lying about your Russian heritage. Because, mind you, trolls normally lie about stuff like that. To make themselves look more cultured.
Intruder, identify yourself.
Oh my god, welcome to Fallout 76.
Any ideal enemies over here?
Ready to die for your country, you commie son of a bitch! Do I look like I have time for idle chaser?
Maybe.
Identify yourself. Law-abiding citizens do not make any further escape attempts. Lawbreaker.
Blasting him off his ass.
Better than the smell of plasma in the morning.
Ooh, Tesla. Energy weapons permanently inflict 5% critical damage. Perfect. Let's see. I know English, Spanish, German. That's it. Those are the only languages I know. I think you're full of crap. I would say write something in Spanish in the chat, but Google Translate can do that for you nowadays. So it would mean you actually know shit. Yes, I'm going to assume that you're going to fake it because you assumed D-Chat faked it and with no proof whatsoever. So, like, obviously it goes both ways. Let's see. Project notes from Marshot. I don't want to read all that right now. I am... Hold on, Deadpool. Come here. Alright, we're good, we're good.
Violence protocols engaged. That's the last of them.
Alright, let's see. Ooh, safe. Let's see. Tiens nuevos coblillas porque tiernes. Did you copy that off Google Translate? Why am I not surprised? So you basically went to Google Translate and pretended like you know Spanish. You don't know Spanish. There we go. You have to take the pipe pistol. That was such poor English that you... Yeah, I knew it. Too slow. How would you know if I'm using Translate, though? Well, how would you know that D-Chat had to look it up to know where the capital of Spain was? The reason why I think you had to use Google Translate is because you had a lot of projection about what other people do to find the answer. Basically, I don't know if you noticed, I'm trolling you. Because I got you to respond the way I wanted. Just so I can make fun of you more. Anyway. I don't know if you noticed, I don't take you seriously very much. Assumptions are not facts, but hey, we get it. Too slow even to learn Spanish for 2 years. It was 7 years. Which is sad, I'll admit. But also, you're the one who assumed before anyone else. Because D-Chat's actually stupid. No, he's not. Smarter than me. But you're the one who had to assume when you first showed up in this chat earlier. So you're a hypocrite on top of it. You're a gay Russian autist who might be retarded because you have mental retardation, right? And you're also a hypocrite. Okay, let's add that to the list of describing words here. We're learning about you as a person. Not trying to pick on you, just trying to understand you as a person. Really, it's kind of sad, but you know. Let's see. 7 years, that's even worse. Yeah, that I will agree with you on that much. That is true. I didn't pay attention. Well, it's also because I didn't pay attention in high school or college. I feel like college years were wasted because it was boring. I was being told by my mother, "You have to take Spanish for an English major." And I'm like, how the fuck does that make any sense, Mom? But even the counselor said, do not take these courses because you don't need them, and at this point, it's just more work that you don't need. Plus, it wouldn't be relevant to your degree you're working for, right? And so my mom's like, no, you need to take this, or else I'm not going to help you set it up. I'm like, okay, Mom, you're a cunt. My mom was a cunt for the most part, and I took Spanish, but I just sat there and I just passed it by because I just didn't care. Because I didn't need the class anyway. We're just throwing away money at that point. So, like, what the fuck's the point? And then before you know it, I was about to graduate, but then, well, Then 2012 happened and things went south, so having an over-controlling parent doesn't make it a necessary thing. I also didn't want to learn Spanish. I had no reason to want to learn Spanish.
Move it on, people! I want this place searched top to bottom!
Jesus, Fred. There was also no reason to learn Spanish, though. Because, A, I lived in California.
Since you don't seem to be willing to do the world a favor,
I lived in California at the time. And the reality of living in California is I don't need to learn Spanish, even though everyone speaks Spanish, because everyone I knew was bilingual. All I had to do was ask them to translate. It would save me so much work, you know what I mean? So I didn't feel like taking the Spanish classes seriously, but my mother just jammed it down my throat because your father's a Mexican, John. You need to learn Spanish. For what? No one in our family speaks Spanish. And half our family was Mexican. Nobody in my family spoke Spanish, so no one. What was the point? My mom was a fucking moron, like wanting me to do these extra steps that no one was taking seriously, and also nobody cared. So I'm like to my counselor, "What if I just fail the course?" She's like, "Well, if your mother wants to pay for it, fail the course, because at this point you don't fucking need it." Like, at that point, I can say 7 years is pretty bad if you're trying to learn Spanish. But here's the thing. 7 years, I never really learned a whole lot of Spanish, right? Because I didn't want to learn Spanish. Because I don't give a shit about learning Spanish. I'm not trying to talk Mexican here. I'm trying to speak English. In America, the land of the free, the home of the brave, we are taught primarily to speak English. Therefore, I speak English. Therefore, we're good. I'm just like, well, I think I'll just fail the class. And then I think after about 2010, I didn't have to take another one because no one kept pushing that shit on me. So at that point, we just kind of moved on and said, fuck it.
and kill yourself. I guess I'm going to have to do it for you.
Oh, he just got flipped. At some point, but not today. Oh, I just farted. I just ripped a god tier messy fart. I think the ozone layer just got. I think the ozone layer got polluted a little bit. All right, let's see. They're all dead. Anyway, let's see. Not just Spain, Latin America too. Spanish is what you learn for retail, and most people who technically speak it don't really speak it like they do in Spain, so it's a huge waste. Not just Spain, Latin America too. Well, see, that's the thing. You're supposedly from Russia, or Russian in general, I guess. This shows how much you know. Latin America and Spain are two different dialects of Spanish. Therefore, the actual language is spoken differently. I may not know how to speak Spanish fluently, at least, but I do know it's different based off of the region. Budoy. For a smart guy, I'm surprised you didn't know that. Anyway, if you want to talk intelligence, you should know that the dialect is different based on the region.
Who's that?
Trouble. Nice try. No more hiding for you.
Who just threw a Molotov at my head? Alright, let's see. There was two people. Oh, he's over here. Get the whiskey, vodka, whiskey. Let's see. You weren't paying attention, milkman. Talk Mexican. Mexican is a nationality. I was being sarcastic. Anyway, D-Chat says, reread what I wrote, then figure out I was saying Latin Americans don't speak it the same way. Oh yeah, I was talking to the supposed Russian. I don't think he's actually Russian. I think he's full of shit. Anyway, it said, D-Chat continues, says, it's like how American English is different from Cockney or whatever they speak in Australia. Or how they speak in the UK, for example. Let's see, Russian guy says, no shit, there's dialects depending on region. Then how come you had to say, how did you put it? Spain and Latin America? The comment's gone. I don't know where it went. Anyway, we don't say bleeding X down here because the way the Limeys do. Clearly you don't because you're totally foobarred any comprehension of what I wrote. Isn't Cockney from the UK or London? Cockney is also from Australia. Let's see. We have a person here saying they're a chronic masturbator. Quick. Which retail job requires you to learn Spanish? Decuck. A lot, actually. Depends on the region, of course. Oh. I like how they're insulting D-Chat because they don't know how to have a job. Or they don't know how jobs work depending on the certain regions. There are certain jobs that require you to know Spanish. Or
What the hell was that?
What's that?
Keep your eyes open. Keep your...
also, we will not permit anyone to call anyone D-Cuck, because if you do, you'll be banned. He has a name, you will use it properly, otherwise you will not be allowed to use it at all. Stealth boys. Let's see. Turn on this light here. I will not take for rude, intolerant behavior in my chats. That, and they can't read my comments right. Yeah, the shit jobs that lead nowhere kind of do expect you to have a bunch of loopholes to get that job. Can I ask the Russian a question? Hey Russian, I have a question for you. I'm going to call you Russian because I'm not going to try to pronounce your name. I don't speak in symbols. That song right there is like the death sentence for videos I've noticed.
What? End of the line.
My name is Milk. I'm not calling you Milk. We're gonna call you the Russian, okay? You don't like it, don't be here. That or have an English name that I can actually pronounce. Because if it doesn't say Milk, I'm not calling you Milk. But I have a question for you. Can I ask you a question?
Here come the fireworks!
We just got nailed. My question is this. Why are you trying to have a pissing contest with everyone in the chat? Keep talking, I'm laughing. Because you're a cunt? I'm not really surprised by that. But my question to you is this. Why are you trying to have a pissing contest with everyone in the chat? I'm asking you the question now. It's not my fault. You're too slow to keep up.
Do I look like I have time for idle chit-chat?
I mean, I find it kind of weird. You come in here and the only thing you're doing is looking for a fight. Why is that? Let's see. Ban the deserved name because they say a slur in their name and that's against their rules. Actually, here, I'll get them. I'll shoot them out of the chat. We don't allow slurs to describe people. Let's see. There's only 2 people here. BFD chatting you. Well, that's the same rules still apply. You're looking for a fight with everybody here. I type fast so I hear your question first. That would be how a conversation works. You hear the question, then you answer. Okay. Then you answer after I type. Why are you looking for a fight though? Like, well, it's not even a fight. It's more like a pissing contest. You're over here trying to act like you're some kind of hot shot because you're better than everybody. I don't really understand the point of that. So why do you think you're better than everybody? He never said slurs. He said DFAG. That's a slur. Because the FAG is there, no matter how you try to censor it. Although that was pretty much written straight out, so like it's still there. He was also a troll, so I don't feel bad. So, why are you looking to have a Why are you looking to have a contest there, buddy? Like, I know this. Well, I don't really know much about why you'd feel that way. See, who is RM? I wouldn't worry about it. RM's a diddler Discord that does the same shit you're doing. RM is a bunch of chomos who do the same shit you're doing.
What the? Nothing. At least it sure as hell looks that way.
Hearing shit.
Keep your eyes open. I think this asshole's using a stealth.
Alright, we're good.
What can I do for you?
Can unlock that.
That's not going to happen.
God damn it. Fred. Unlock that. Seven years of Spanish used Google Translate in 2010. So you do use Google Translate. Good to know. Oh wait, that's a man from Ireland. Never mind. Welcome back, man from Ireland. I thought you were gone for good. I thought he was gone for good. And then the bitch came back. Did the actual... Relax, Fred.
We may have some trouble. Found you. Time for you to perish. Hopefully, that's the last of them.
There should be a key in here somewhere that allows us to get in there. Red Tourette's Terminal. Huh. Man from Lyreland. Oh yeah, that's what he was known for last time. Nice. So it's not higher. Tall? No. Nice. 1. Okay, it's not nice, not Hall. Foes has 1. So mine, okay, let's go through them all. Higher? No, because that's 2. Hall, band. Foes, 1. Cell, nice. Hall, will not be cell. Nice, none. Nice, none. Nice. Hall. Bam. Do better, Johnny boy. I did. I just got into the thing. Turret control. Deactivate.
Using a keyboard. How quaint.
Get the straw pillows. Don't worry, sis. Okay. Let's see. Face paint fundamentals. Okay. Usually there's a key or something. Guess maybe we're not in the right area. Only pissing contest happening is in your dreams, by the way. Translate my question. I don't know what you asked, but also you clearly don't understand what a pissing contest is. A pissing contest is where you're trying to act like you're better than somebody. I guess in Russia they don't know what that means. We have a cunt from Russia and a cunt from Ireland. Why is that always the case? It's always pieces of crap from other countries, but it's never actually someone from America. I know that a lot of people like to dump on America nowadays, but trust me, I don't really support the weird woke shit either. We just have to live here and endure it. Alright, anyway. I'm not going to go looking for your question when it's about 5,000 comments in the chat. The chat is flooding with comments right now at this point, which is good. It's good. But I'm not going to go looking for a comment. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Rainbow Warrior says he only plays games that have baby mode, so it's basically impossible to fail. L-A-M. L-map? What's L-map? I've never heard that phrase before. It's a screen name. I'm from America, big boy. It's a screen name. Oh, okay, well then you must be one of the jackasses who act like they're stupid when you're here. Okay, well, that's good. At least we have a moron that's actually from the country. How do you like America nowadays, man from Ireland? Wait, if you're an American, why is your name a man from Ireland? You're a troll, obviously. That's got to be it, right? At that point, it makes sense. Trolls have to lie a lot. I mean, I don't understand where the screen name, how you get the screen name. Like, is there like some meaning behind that name? Make it make sense. That way I'm not sitting here trying to assume. I mean, it's not that I want to assume, it's that you don't leave me a lot of options. Let's see. Let's go in here. Well... Oh, I guess this thing led to this, and those are cleared. Arc jet system is not cleared. We gotta go back and clear that. Let's see. It's a quote from a television show. Are you sure? It doesn't sound like a quote from a TV show. It doesn't sound like a quote at all. It sounds like a statement. A man from Ireland. What was the name of the TV show? We're just trying to understand your name. At this point, it's like I could be picking on you, but what's the point of that? Let's see. You should know that, considering how smart you are. I don't understand how knowing TV shows includes being smart. Like, I don't watch every show on Earth, you know what I mean? Because I haven't actually watched, too, so... I'm not sure how that would mean a difference in intelligence versus non-intelligence. Back to the pissing contest. Figure it out, Johnny. You're so smart. So you're not going to tell us the name of the show? So obviously it's not a quote from a TV show then. If you say it's a quote from a TV show, but you can't tell us the name of the TV show, then it's not a quote from a TV show. At least that would be what most people would assume. So, good enough for me. Let's see, we already cleared this room. Cleared that room. Cleared this room. Let's see. What is that? Could always use more bobby pins. Okie dokie. That's out of order. Is that it? You think there'd be more? I don't really think there's anything else. Alright, so I guess this area is cleared. It just doesn't say cleared because it must be something... It might be quest-based. Usually that's how it's working. I'm not ignoring chat. I'm actually focusing my time on different things.
Opening fire. Got my sensors offline. Their destruction is at hand.
Bored. Let's see. I know it says that I know it's somewhere along the line I insinuated that I would respond to chats. I just didn't say I would make them the priority of the entire stream. Doing things like failing games and playing them in baby mode. It's M for mature. There is no baby mode. If you played Fallout 4 ever in your life, you'd know that. Anyway. Sounds like a lot of projection. Also, I don't understand. If you guys don't like the stream, why are you watching? If you guys don't like the stream, why do you lie about taking Spanish? What can you possibly gain? Exactly. Why would I lie about that? Because I haven't lied about it. I did take it 7 times. 3 years in high school, 4 times in college. Failed every step of the way. Actually, no, I got a C in Spanish in high school. And then I think I got a B 1 year, and then I got a D another year. I don't know which order. So, and in college, I think it was like C, D, F, and B. Ballparking. I'm assuming it was never an A. I know that much for sure. I also clearly didn't learn anything. So like, yeah, why would I lie about that? It makes no sense to lie. So like, why would I lie? Because I'm not lying, obviously. Surprised you don't get that, but okay. Also, you weren't there when I was in college or high school, so how would you know if I'm telling the truth or lying? I don't think you need a 210 IQ for that. I didn't say college. I said college and high school because they do have college courses for Spanish, and they do have high school courses for Spanish, and that's what I took. It was an elective. I took the class in high school because the teacher was cool. He knew my dad. Also, how do you know if I lied or not? You say you did lie. How could you possibly know that when you weren't there at all at that time frame? Push X for doubt. So you do play L.A. Noire. Nice. It's a good game. I like L.A. Noire myself. Terrible at it, but... Well, I don't think you can be terrible at L.A. Noire, actually. But the memes... I like the meme. You're like pressing on the meme here. You're one of those meme kings? Okay, let's see. We got a ghoul over here. He's dead.
We've got company.
Oh boy.
Time to end this. Yes, sir.
May I ask what you were doing, Fred? Just staring at the ghoul, seeing if it would, like, squirm, whatever. Fred's over here just watching it squirm. Let's see.
They're out there. We'll find them. Thanks. That was amazingly simple.
Simple, yes. Messed up, no. Let's see. Excuse me, winner. Take the teddy bear, the new squirrel. I wonder what this is to. Let's see. You paid 4 times to fail? Yes. Well, we didn't fail 4 times. It was like a D, a C, a B, and then I think 1 was enough. I think my first one was enough. So, I didn't really pay to fail. I paid because it was an elective, and my mother insisted, and because my mom was being a douche about classes I took. So I took this elective. Doesn't mean I had to do well. I didn't want to learn Spanish, therefore it didn't really matter to me. It just satisfied my mother's sadistic urge to control my life. So, that being said. Tight! So it's definitely not going to be truth. Alright. Tight. Spark. Okay, spark. 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 Here we go. Safe control. We're gonna do double XP here by unlocking the safe separately. You paid for it. Not really, actually. That's the fucked up part. My mother paid for it. She's like, I'm gonna pay for these classes. You're gonna take what I want you to take. I'm like, alright. Snobby white bitch. It's really what it boiled down to. Ooh, 5 things of cigarettes. Sweet. Let's see. Why do you care? You know, that's the begging question. Why do you care if I paid for classes in college that had nothing to do with you? Like, you're a fucking creep. Like, I'm gonna sit here and focus on everything you've ever done, and I'm gonna document it in my little gay diary. Okay. Good to know.
Targets in range.
Hit the showers.
Fred, don't bring up showers. My viewer's gonna bitch about it. They're like, your video game character brought up showers.
Powering weapons.
Oh my god!
Compensating.
Thanks, Fred. Thanks.
That's how we do things in the U.S. Army. Hooah!
Need help getting up one? Are you good? Just sitting there. Just angry. Alright. Winter's just angry. Let's see. Paintbrush. Anything in here we could use? Ooh, sweet. How many semesters of college did you attend? Not that it's any of your business, but roughly 7 years. I was, I believe, 2 courses from graduating, too. Why did I not ever go finish, you may ask? Because by the time I actually did get a chance to go finish, there's a 7-year grace period from what I understand. And apparently if you don't go back within 7 years, you have to start all over again. And that's why I didn't go back, because by the time I did get to go back, because the system screwed me so bad, I didn't see the point in actually finishing, because I would have had to start all over if I wanted to do it again. As in, if I want to get my degree, I'd have to start all over again. And I just didn't see the point. I mean, who would want to start all over again on 7 years of college? I mean, it wasn't 7 years, like, it wasn't non-stop courses for 7 years. It was like 1 or 2 courses for a couple of rounds, and then, let me think. It was like 1 course, 1 semester, then I would maybe take a semester off, then we'd do a couple of courses. It was that kind of thing, you know? So it wasn't non-stop every single semester in a row kind of thing. Like, I did take some time off in between. But yeah, roughly 7 years worth of classes. Found all the t-shirts. Let's see. We would do much better if you focused on classes. What was your major? Well, it started out as art. I did do art as my first major, but then I wanted to change it because I felt like art was lazy. And I only did art because, well, my mother was pushing so many things that I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do it. So art seemed like the most generic at the time, and then we were going to change it to English, but then 2012 happened. We were actually in the process of changing it because we didn't need to change too much. I felt like, well, according to my counselor at the time, if you change like 2 or 3 classes around, you'd have to take 2 or 3 classes more, don't get me wrong, but you could go off with an English major. And I was really good at English and creative writing at the time. I mean, I wrote 2 books. They're up for debate if they're good or not. I mean, I don't really hate my writing. I don't think my books were bad. But I feel like at the time I could have done better than the books that I wrote. American Wasteland Book 1 and 2, I could have done much better than that. I mean, I could have wrote something completely different at that point. That's what I wanted to write at the time. But, in college and slightly before, my writing was vastly different. I wrote so much poetry and did all kinds of creative writing, and that's really what I was more passionate about at the time. Like back then, I was not at all focused on YouTube because I didn't even know. I didn't even know what it was. I didn't know you could make videos and tell stories and stuff like that and create video content. So I was more focused as a writer. And I do agree with you on one thing. I don't ever tell trolls or people in my chats that are rude, ever, that they're right about anything. But you're right, I should focus. I should have focused better on classes because that would have made more sense. Quitter. It's not that I quit, it's that I was actually held prisoner by the system and they didn't want me to be able to do anything that normal people did. And so what wound up happening is by the time I was free of that system, too much time had passed. They kind of screwed me on that. They screwed me on a lot of things. Finances, job experience, all kinds of stuff. It was really a messed up thing. No one has to believe me on that, but that's what happened. My mother was mad that she couldn't manipulate me so she could control my life. And so she convinced me to join this group home environment because the group home was going to kiss her ass no matter what. And long story short, I say, yes, sure, if it gets me my own place, I can... Basically, the lie was you get your foot in the door, and you can, if you go into the group home, you get your foot in the door, they will help you get your own place. That wasn't the case. Turns out behind closed doors, that was a lie. And I didn't know about the lie till after it was too late, and then it was 8 years of being a prisoner. I had no rights. I was literally property of the system. And so I missed countless years of what I could have actually done to better my future. And there is a lot of anger there because, and I'll level with you, I think it would make more sense to go back to college, get a job. YouTube should not be my focus. In fact, I don't think it always will be, but to really stick the middle finger straight to my mother's face would be to get a job, have a long-term career, finish college, get a bachelor's degree or an associate's, and actually do something amazing with my life that my mother had no longer can actually interfere with. My mom was a piece of human shit because of how she treated me and the control she wanted to have. Most people don't think about that about their mothers because most of the time there's a lot of people out there that have horrible families. And I'm not saying my mother stopped me from accomplishing it now. I just now have the freedom to finally figure out what I want to do in my life with no interference. And for the last couple of years, I've had to deal with stalking and harassment. So it's like, you know, kind of just figuring it out slowly. Do I want to go back to school? Do I want to get a job and work my ass off nonstop? And I kind of do want to work. Like, I really do want to work. I've been doing a lot of odd jobs lately. But anyway, I'm not trying to ignore your actual questions. I'm just going through them one at a time. Let's see, are you playing on Xbox or PC? Funny question because you probably can't get afford it. Molly pays for it. My mom doesn't pay for anything. Like, I cut that bitch out of my life some time ago. But I play on Xbox. I have a gaming PC and I have a PS5 as well. Xbox Series X. I prefer the Xbox. I think it's easier. PC is good, but I have to upgrade it still because I have low RAM. Let's see. Your stream is so bad, like at 720p and still pixelated. That's because I set it that way because it's a smaller file size when the file actually comes out. When you're streaming, you're uploading while you're actively showcasing it. You know what I mean? So when you download a video file as a file, however that's worded, sounds stupid, but whatever. I like my file size to be small because I don't just use them for YouTube. I do archive them other places. And the less I have to deal with the upload, which is ass when you're at 1080p, the better. I don't mind my videos being at 720p. I really don't. I prefer it smaller file size, therefore lower in quality. The internet sometimes can be ass though, and that's out of my control. Let's see. In chat, banners are so discolored. That's because I intentionally do that. I like the way it looks. Just me. Let's see. Yeah, mommy issues. We get it. Woe is me. No, it's not a woe is me thing. I just think if you're going to bring up how my mom pays for my shit, I have to correct you and say that my mom doesn't do shit for me because I don't want her to. I fought for most of my life to get my mother to let me live my own life and not do everything for me. Because if she does it for me, then she gets to decide how it plays out, and I don't want that. So, let's see, odd jobs. Okay, well, odd jobs, you know, not recreational, freelancer, I guess. You know, someone puts out a flyer saying they need a house painted. I'm not saying that's how it would play out. I'm just saying, like, an example of potential how that might work. I do that a lot nowadays. Just, it's under the table. They don't take taxes out of it. And also, you know, I get to keep the entire thing, and also I don't have to deal with the asinine behavior of an employer. Also, let's be honest here, you work day to day, depends on what's going on. You work your own hours for the most part. I think odd jobs what they call it now out here where I'm at, but like for the most part, it's just what it is. I can stream at 1080p on my Xbox and PC. I'm happy for you. Like, some people prefer 720, some people prefer higher. Like, I'm not saying you have to like my stream. I'm not saying you have to do it my way. I'm just saying this is how I prefer to do it myself. Still looks bad intentionally, sure. It is intentional. The streaming is intentional because I set it up the way I want it to. Anyway, I hope I answered all your questions.
Sorry, don't have anything to sell. I'm on my way to Vault 81 to restock. Maybe you can find what you need there.
Do we know where Vault 81 is? Okay. Let's see. If I missed any questions, well, I'm not going back to look at them all. I see one comment up here at the very top of the screen that I want to reply to. At 4:38 p.m., Russian guy says, "You're a compulsive liar. Let's be real. Like Chancy boy, you like the attention." Actually, you're the one giving me the attention to begin with. I don't have to lie to get the attention. And I don't lie to begin with, so double whammy. If you come in here and say a bunch of bullshit, you can't pin that on me when you're the one throwing the attention in the first place. I've never really understood that. Like, ever. People will come in here and they'll talk about how I look for attention and stuff. Well, if you're the one giving the attention, I don't have to look for the attention when you just give it to me to begin with. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't really... It's kind of on you at that point. I've always found that to be funny. Because if half you actually thought about the things that you say...
Glorious day in the U.S. Army!
Jesus, Fred, shut up. If half you actually thought about the things you say, maybe you'd realize how stupid some of you sound.
The enemy has retired before the awesome might of the U.S. Army.
Thanks, Fred. Really appreciate that. I mean, it does come off as wildly stupid. It does come off as wildly stupid. Are you okay, Winter?
Take them down.
Oh, I just drank dirty water.
Let's get this done. Target down.
I don't know why people say such... You lied about Spanish. No, I didn't. Okay, question. How would you know if I lie about taking Spanish when you were not there when I was in high school? And you were not there when I was in college?
That's the last of them.
There's no way for you to verify if I took Spanish class. And I even said that I failed. It's a really weird thing to lie about.
Any idea where they went?
It's a really weird thing to lie about. And I'm telling you right now that I didn't lie. Just because you were not there and didn't see it for yourself doesn't make it a lie. It just means you weren't present. I also have never met you before today, so like, the argument doesn't really work. It doesn't work regardless, so like, I'm not sure what your prerogative is. But like, you're like, you lied about Spanish. By what logic? By what logic did I lie about Spanish? It just makes no sense to lie about that. So, how do you know I lied? if you weren't there.
Take them down.
Oh boy.
Annihilated. Now amazingly simple. Not much of a threat after all.
Let's see.
Every day is a good day to die.
It just sounds like a lot of assumptions at that point.
Careful, sir.
I also don't know why. Well, actually, I do know why. It's to start drama. I get it. If you're looking for drama, you know what I mean, then you're gonna start accusing people of lying and shit, even with no proof.
Time for you to perish. Target down. Can you see them, sir? Oh, they got away.
So this whole town just slipped into the ocean, I guess?
I don't want to alarm you, but this spot lacks sufficient cover.
It's all good, Winter. We'll figure it out.
I suggest we take as much as we can carry.
There was a staircase there the whole time. I'm a blind son bitch. Let's see. Why'd he run off? He's got mod. Johnny boy, do I need to send shampoo to you? Have you taken a shower? Yes, I have. To answer your question, that it comes off as wildly weird that you're concerned with that. Yes, I did. I take a shower in the mornings. Each morning. Not that anyone needs to know that, but like, since you're asking. That's why everyone thinks you're a
I hope you
pervert.
aren't expecting me to sort through this clutter.
No, Winter, you don't have to sort through it all. Let's see. Forest Grove Marsh has been cleared. Let's see. Each morning, doubt. Well, why'd you ask me if you're just going to call me a liar in the first place? Like, if you're not going to believe me when I give you an answer, then why ask me at all? Go ahead and answer that question. I dare you. Should be entertaining. Can make you look pretty stupid if you answer that question. If you're gonna ask me a question, why ask me at all if you're just gonna call me a liar every time, regardless? It's a fair question. Hagen. Oregon filling station. Let's see. Have you looked? That's not me calling you a liar specifically. More like I doubt you shower each morning. Maybe once or twice a month. It's weird that you would think it's once or twice a month. Like, why once or twice a month? Because if you showered once or twice a month, you would look significantly dirtier. Like, significantly. Especially considering how active I am. Let me guess. X for doubt. Yeah, it's kind of weird that you don't believe anything you're told. Like, that level of paranoia is actually kind of funny. Have you seen your freaking hair? That's my fair answer. My hair? What about my hair? I don't follow. It's not really a fair answer because it doesn't really explain. Give me details on how exactly my hair alludes to the fact that I don't shower, except, supposedly, according to you, once or twice a month. Kind of weird that you're obsessing on that to begin with. A dirty black suit. Chalk. I'm paranoid, says the only things people criticizing you in chat as stalkers, public forum. Well, you are stalking me. 2 or more unwanted contacts is stalking. And I have specified this a number of times. I don't want to deal with people being bullies about my appearance, obsessing when I shower, etc. Gang stalking, whatever you want to call it. Okay? Also, I'm not being paranoid. That's actually what's happening. You're over here saying, no, I don't believe you. You say you shower. I ask you when you shower, you give me an answer. I don't believe you. You don't actually shower. Why the fuck ask me? Why the fuck do you ask me then? Why the fuck do you ask me if you already know the answer? At least you do in your head, right?
A glorious day in the U.S. Army. The enemy has retired before the awesome might of the U.S. Army.
And also, calling my number. Well, I think contacting me on social media nonstop would qualify. So, there's a lot of ways you really do lose that argument. It's always the same people saying the same gross, obsessed things, doing the same exterior bullshit, complaining about the same stuff, making fun of me in the same ways. Like, I mean, at this point, it kind of is what it is. What clinic key? Relax, Fred. figure out where this key goes.
Somebody find me something to shoot at!
I'm gonna change Fred's voice before long, because that voice is annoying. I agree with Deech, just the anti-communist thing. I get it, I do, but it just sounds annoying. Let's see. Are we done with them yet? This is getting boring. It is getting boring. You mean with the Russian guy or with Fred? With both? I don't know why, but like he insists on trying to have this pissing contest with me. Like, Russian guy who wants to have Fred. Yeah, that's his name, Fred Willis. That's Deadpool. He's not the actual Deadpool, so his name is Fred. Why are you so shocked by that? You see how he freaked out when I said his name was Fred? He was like, Fred, what a name. Well, yeah, that's the idea. It is meant to be. When we wrote the character, it was meant to be a little more outrageous. Anyway. Are you talking about the Russian guy, D-Chat? The Rusty? Well, if he keeps acting like a douche, I'll give you the word. So far, he's screaming for our attention, but at this point, I don't see anything really ban-worthy. Not a pissing contest. I'm not gonna wet my bed. See, this moron, this retard, doesn't understand what a pissing contest is. Speaks, not speaks. Speaks. Nope. Speaks. Wanted. Earned. I will note that I agree with D-Chat entirely, though. The Russian guy is getting boring. In the beginning, his stupidity is entertaining, but now it's just dragging on at this point. So at this point, it's like, ooh, surgical journal. Permanently inflict 2% limb damage. I don't really know how I feel about that. Let's see. Analysis lab journal. Let's go unlock it and look at some XP here. Solar. 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 Offer. Offer. Solar. Let's see. Lower, lower, lower. I didn't think it was offer either. It didn't seem to fit. Where it cleared the safe. So there's 3 ways to open the safe: the computer, the key, and the actual unlock. You need better Wi-Fi. What? American Starlink Wi-Fi not doing any favors. We don't use Starlink out here in America. It's weird because Elon Musk doesn't really support that, I've noticed. Fred, for the love of God, keep the vulgarity to a minimum. Let's see. You weren't even in a part of the game where you weren't even in a part of the game where you needed to focus. You could read the chat. Why would I want to read the chat, man? You're boring. Like, I'm reading the chat now, and you're boring, man. All you're doing is just whining. asking questions, making demands, calling everybody a liar, spurging nonstop. You're almost as bad as Marks the Noob. Or, well, we shouldn't call him Marks the Noob, because it's actually Marks the pedophile. But, like, you know, at this point, it's kind of like, I guess we can see what's in this terminal. Okie dokie. Not whining, just asking questions and criticizing. So far, it seems like whining. Plus, you're boring as fuck, bro. Is it always common for Russians to be as boring as you are? I mean, I'll admit, the Russian women I see on TV are kind of hot. But as a dude, you're not that appealing to be around.
In the U.S. Army! Hooah!
Let's see, I actually took a bit of a nap for the past 30 minutes. Oh, you're good, bro. You're good. Nothing's really been going on, so. We just had the Russian complaining nonstop. Bonds, this isn't gonna be it. This isn't gonna be it. Bonds. James Bonds. Bonds. And see, this is funny for me. You're irritated. You love this. I love this? Well, I mean, I'm playing a video game I enjoy it, so that would make sense. But I'm not irritated. Where would the out have gone? And see, this is funny for me. You're irritated. You love this. Where did out go? I think you need to learn to speak English before you come into my chats, bro. Because I'm about ready to, like, ban you for not speaking proper English. I'll be that guy. Let's see. Taken, I guess? There. Alright. Turret's done. Let's see. Get this thing. Get the stim packs. Alright. Give me 1 second. Wow. You're surprised by I ban you for not speaking English in my chats? Welcome to America, motherfucker. I'll be right back. I replied to D chat and my comment didn't appear. Figured you'd be able to see hidden messages on chat. Or are you that dense? No, I'm saying wow because of how densely pathetic you are. How much do you spend in laundry? None of your bro, why do you fucking care? Like, that's such a stupid question to ask. It has nothing to do with the stream whatsoever. Like, how much do you spend on laundry? Why do you care? Fucking weirdo. Like, who the fuck asks those kinds of questions? Like, what kind of creeper are you?
Find anything useful?
I'll let you know if I do, Winter. Like, why the fuck would you ask such a stupidly fucked up question like that? Like, it makes no sense to ask that question.
You cannot hide from me, you coming maggot!
That's the last of them.
Like, I don't get that. Like, it's always questions about how much I spend on things. Like, I'm just asking Jonathan bedwetting tidbits. So, like that kind of language, that kind of discussion, the way you're talking, makes you seem like some kind of a creeper. And if you're just asking, the fact is you're still asking. You're still acting like a fucking creeper. Like, what are you well, I mean, I did call you a gay Russian, so, like, you probably are gay, let's be honest here. Does Putin not love you anymore, so you're trying to find a way to cope with your life? Like, I don't know, man. At this point, man, you're kind of a weirdo. But why do you want to know how much I spend on laundry? Like, who the fuck even asked that kind of question? Like, I didn't know how to respond to that. Like, fucking a weirdo. It's not a normal thing to ask either. Like, I don't know how they raised you in your barn fucking land country, but like they don't ask those kinds of questions in normal conversation. He's like, I want to criticize you. Well, you know, at that point, just fucking weirdo. Let's see. Reservoir. I guess divisions. One. There's one likeness. Jesus Christ. Divisions. Advertise. Okay. Security door. Open the door. Let's see. It's progressive time in Yankee Land. I don't get it. That's not me creeping or stalking. It's me making fun of you by asking how much I spend on laundry. I don't think you understand what it means to make fun of somebody either. I feel like you're a moron. See, me calling you a moron, that's making fun of you. But I guess over in Russia, they don't know how to make fun of people anymore. Because how much do you spend on laundry? Like, I've never heard that be an insult in any capacity. The question I have is, are you seriously this dense? Because you don't seem to understand. I mean, I've never talked to a Russian before in my defense, so I guess we're not really used to Russian terminology, but like... You seem mentally ill. I mean, I don't really know any other way to describe your behavior. It's like, how much do you spend on laundry? And then he says, that's not being a creeper. That's me making fun of you. I'm like, well, if that's the case, you need lessons on how to make fun of people, because that is... I don't even know how that's an insult. Like, it's a weird question to ask. Do not get me wrong. It's a weird fucking question to ask. Regenerate 1 point of health per minute. Cool. It's a really weird question to ask, but I don't really think of it as an insult. I don't think anyone can see it as an insult. It's a weird question to ask. It's very bizarre. But, like, how are you making fun of me? Because now you just sound stupid. Oh, great. Fred! Where's Fred at? Okay, let's see. Someone drank themselves to death. Let's see. Bobby pins. Got plenty of those, finally. The mayor's goodbye. And then he drank himself to death. Sweetness. Oh. Just somebody updating on a video that's popping up at some. Let's see. Let's see. D-chat wouldn't even last in a kid's playground for fitness. I don't think D-chat wants me in a kid's playground for fitness. Is that you trying to make it into a pedo thing? Wow. You're so impressive. Okay, we're gonna need to start drinking some alcohol. Okay, we'll get rid of the baseball base, the propgospis thingy, the chalk, the chessboard, coffee cup, the empty paint cans, the dinner tray, the tablespoon, the yellow plate, the wood,
Is someone present? You must be terminated.
Holy shit!
Ready to die for your country, you commie son of a bitch?
Attacking human.
We're out of ammo.
Upper lid actuator damaged.
Movement detected.
We can keep traveling as much as you want. I don't require sleep or food in order to survive.
Combat initiated. Hostile sensor reading detected.
Engaging hostile life force.
Picking up something.
Actuator damaged.
That was amusingly simple.
Combat subroutine
We
eliminated.
may have lost, but not forgotten.
Actuator damaged.
Sorry, embarrassed. Nice try.
we're good. Let's see. So I'm boring, yet still going. Is your ego worse than an egg? You're the one who's commenting, not me.
Stealth capabilities. Fascinating. Gone. Excellent.
Picking up something. Head down.
You must die now, human.
We'll have to know why there's all these synths targeting us. Let's see. Only channel dunking on him are. TCAT Game says he wants Marx's love. Well, you do you. Let's see. This place has been cleared. Moving on to the next one. There's Winter. Where's Fred? Alright. But he loves Tibbs TV. Oh yeah? Well, I don't love him. I think what's really stupid about the whole Marx thing is he's had this deep, dark obsession with me, and it's just... we don't want him around. Like, we just don't want him around. Where the fuck is Fred? He's got all my shit.
Oh, hell no!
Winter, why did you walk into it? And then he actually deflected it.
I'm just getting started.
Okay, we're gonna need another buff out.
Don't quit, do you?
Let's see. I'm just looking at the comment section. It's actually kind of funny. So Russian guy is also pissing contests with TCAP Gaming now. Apparently it's not just me.
You can fix just about anything.
Let's see. He's falling hard though. Yeah, I've noticed that. We talk about Russian guy here? Russian guy is kind of a douche. At least that's what we're calling him. I don't really care to try and figure out what his name is. He says his name is Milk. Like I've never heard a stupid name in all my life.
Carrying all that weight is
computers,
simply slowing you
people.
down.
Just gotta
Glad to
have
be
the
of
right
service.
tools.
Let's get the Institute pistol, the laser pistol. Actually, no, she probably wanted the Institute pistol. That's why she picked it up. We don't need the 2 rifles though. Okay, keep your clothes. I keep doing that. I keep taking her caps. Winner's collecting money, and I'm taking her caps. Like I'm terrible. My God, there's so much crap. Can I give Winter Sling's worth money? I'll give her the Nuka-Cola, the Red Rocket, the Nuka Cherry shirt, the Nuka Girl shirt, the Nuka World t-shirt, the Red Nuka-Cola t-shirt, the Red Rocket t-shirt, the Sense of Sarsaparilla t-shirt, and that way she has that stuff. And I'll give her the Mr. Jangle. She'll appreciate that. There we go. Let's see. You know, you're Russian telling English people how to speak English. You don't see the irony in that? Or the stupidity of that, for that matter? He's a Russian acting like he's the ground, like he's the highest priority of how to speak English, or however it's worded. You do see the stupidity of that though, right? Exactly. The irony is a non-American English-speaking person is correcting English speakers. No, I think you're just being a dick. You're trying to act like you're better than everybody because you don't actually know shit. English isn't all really. It's not that complicated of language, and you're over here trying to like act like it's like something you need to be perfect at. Go fuck yourself. I mean, if it makes you feel better about your shitty life, go for it. I'm not gonna tell you how to live, but like at the same time, you look like a douche. In fact, I think most people come in here and see you, think you, me, D-Chat, and now even non-moderators are calling you out on it too. That's the funny thing. The irony is that you can't see that everyone hates you because you act like a moron. Which I think is funny. The Russian, who is not native to America, nor does he know how to speak proper English, is trying to convince people that he's the authoritative figure on how to speak proper English. Yeah, it doesn't work, bro. That doesn't work. And everyone is telling you you sound like a douche. Everyone. So at the end of the day, man, if you're too blind to see it, I can't help you. Because that really is what it boils down to, is everyone's telling you this and you're like just refusing to hear it. I mean, I'm not going to correct you the whole time. Oh, irradiated blood. We don't want that in there. Actually, take out the melons. Let's see. I'm not a teacher or some authority figure. I'm correcting. That's it. You continue to be regards on your own language. Go ahead. I warned you about that word. We don't use that word here because that's not proper English. Also, you're not in any way an authoritative figure or a teacher. I never said you were. I said you're acting like you are. You're correcting everybody, but you don't even speak the language. So shut the fuck up. You stupid cunt. I mean, realistically, if you don't speak the language, then shut the fuck up. You have no room to speak here on this matter if you don't actually speak the language. Especially if you're not a teacher or an authoritative figure. If you were, that'd be different. Because then we'd have to listen to you. I don't know where I put the sweet roll. I mean, is this... Oh, okay, sweet roll, I guess, is in here. I'm assuming it's packaged. Let's see. Let's see. I'll be back, says TCAP Gaming. I'm counting on it. I was waiting for an excuse to turn him off.
My old
I
man
know,
taught
right?
me that duct tape could fix anything. I don't think he was talking about bullet holes.
I'm kind of waiting for him to fuck up, too. But remember, we can't throw him out to have a good reason.
Speak up.
Oh, Lon Murphy.
I'll need some buffalo if you want the sight.
There you go.
Wow. Forgot how strong that stuff is. Whew. Okay. Here it comes. I see you. The mighty hunter.
Russian women are amazing.
What you're hunting ain't an animal or a man. It's something different. Maybe something more than human. But what's this? I see a man in a white outfit standing over your prey. and he says something. It's hard to make out, but I'm trying, kid. He says Z247, initialize factory reset, authorization code Zeta 53 Kilo. And then he falls, and he's still. Oh, God. Sorry, kid. Old Ticker just lurched there a few times. I'm fine, really. Just need to stay still.
Okay. Could you be done, Sturgis? I need to get in here. Move. Get your ass out of the way. Alright, let's see.
You ought to be careful. I can fix most things, but people don't fix so easily.
I just farted. Alright. Let's see. Oh god, it smells like death in here now. Let's put the fat men away. The grenades. Put that away. Alright, let's see. Need to hold somebody accountable that has been doing their job. Let's see if they're doing their job. Because if Curly's not doing the job, we're executing them. Curly, you lucky son of a bitch. I cannot believe Curly's actually at her post. She's actually doing her job. She knew I was going to kill her, too. Who the fuck are you?
Farming's as honest work gets.
Okay, welcome to the team.
You eat. It's simple as that.
Shut the fuck up. You were on, like, the last fucking leg. So we're gonna call you,
Yeah.
we're gonna call you, what's something Spanishy? We're gonna call you, Amelia. There we go. Amelia, that works. So, Mo.
Lost track of how many blisters I got.
Right.
Another day of hard work.
Larry, Curly,
It never
Mo.
changes.
Okay. And then Amelia. And then, okay. Thank you for all doing your job. I can't believe Curly's doing her job. I was going to have, well, she's mostly supervising, but anyway. Casper's back. Of all things, you blocked me over a word like that. What was the word that you got blocked for? Go ahead. Tempt fate here. Do it twice. Oh boy. Alright, we need to punish somebody. Whatever you do, Fred, don't flick the switches. Can you move the fuck out of the way? Can you get the hell out of the way? Alright. Like, it's life or death if he doesn't get out of the way. The slurred version of retard. Yeah. But, like, is he saying it again? Because if he does, I can keep going Tibbs all day. I got more and more, says Casper. I don't care. Casper's TCAP, you met Russian women. They must have been blinded, didn't have consent. So Casper's accusing people of rape. We can already ban him by the default alone, but let's read the rest of the comments first. Casper says, I look you up and call your parole officer. Casper says, D-chat, come on now, Davey boy. He's acting like a fucking creeper as well. The stream is pretty boring, though, but the trolls make it entertaining, says Casper. You mean you? You make it entertaining? That's kind of a high level of ego right there. Narcissism, it seems like. Overwhelming love of yourself. Hey, D-chat, why don't you throw Casper out, just for the sake of it? Because I think there was a rule stating you can't come back under an alt account. 2 or more unwanted contacts constitute stalking. And he came back under 2 or more unwanted accounts. I mean, at that point, we can ban him. Just throw his bitch ass out of here. Also, please note that when Casper's texting, the Russian is not. Probably the same person. I wouldn't be surprised. Someone get the dog out of the way. I'm gonna keep coming back no matter what. So you're a stalker. A gay stalker at that. Congratulations, we already knew that. Imagine what a moron you'd have to be to absolutely have the last word, so you'll keep coming back even no matter how many times you get banned. Like, at that point, imagine what a complete loser you'd have to be, you know what I mean? Like chicken shit comes to mind, but... Let's see. Oh, there we go. The dog's in the way, that's why you got him. What, is he back or something? I like how we're playing a video game. They can't at all talk about the video game. They have to pretend like it doesn't exist. And then they get really butthurt when I don't actually respond to the chats. Like, you know, I think the problem with these people is that if you can't contribute to the actual stream in any way, then we have no reason to respond to you. Alright, let's see. Guess who? I don't know. Who? Oh, well, if it's Casper, ban him. When you're banned, that means you can't come back. Ban evasion is against YouTube's terms of service as well as ours. It's glitching. Well, I guess I'll ban him some other time. Anyway. You hear that Yaguai banging around. It must be a big one. Jesus. It's like Jurassic Park at this point.
I can't remember the last time I had clean fingernails.
So you gonna do anything, or like, do I have to put you in the cage?
Okay. The crop's coming in pretty good.
Do your job, or I will feed you to the gorilla.
You should be commended for a job well done.
Yeah? I was nice to Curly. I don't know why. I just felt like I shouldn't just throw it to the Yaguai just yet. But just so you all know, it is inevitable that at some point there's going to be a war inside this chamber. Hell in a cell. Eric Bischoff would be proud. Anyway. D-Chat, are you still in here? Think about it. He keeps coming back after being banned just to leave one comment and get banned again. Like, was the one comment really worth it? Also, what kind of loser do you have to be to have to keep coming back when you're not wanted somewhere?
Yeah.
I'm just debating if I want to put someone in there or not. Like, I don't have it in my bones to just kill people who are doing their job.
I should have done more. I hope those raiders pay for what they've done.
June, I have a job for you.
Our little sanctuary revival project has really helped. Takes my mind off things.
We're going to help him beat his depression. Stay out there, Winter. June. Is he gonna do his job?
Some days are harder than others. But even the hard days get easier than the one before.
Get inside the cage and stand guard. Go, here. Go. Don't you hold your fist to me.
I know I'm not the only person here who's lost someone. I miss him so much.
Jesus Christ, June. The Yagua is getting very, very hungry. Well, maybe I'll just set up like a bed or something. Jesus Christ. We need something else. The guard post thing isn't cutting it. You know what? I have another idea. This is sadistic and evil in every way. At the crack of dawn tomorrow, somebody's going to die. It's just going to be a gamble of who. Oh, perfect! Perfect! That is good enough for me. June, you will not regret this. You are a good man. Wow, we're sending him to death? God. June, for your depression and anxiety problems that you've writ upon this fair community, I sentence you to death.
Get him, sir.
Of course, June's immortal. Of course. The gods of Valhalla cannot make this better on me. June, you can do this! Fight the Yaguai! What the hell are you doing? June! Fight the Yaguai! I guess outside help can be a thing, I guess, supposedly. Shut up, Preston. I know what I'm doing. I'm teaching June that he is more than just a bitch who complains all the time. He's a man who can fight the Yaguai and win, and if he does, he gets to leave. And then he'll get like a party in his honor or something. I should have given June some weapons. Back on the phone. I'm surprised June's actually holding his own. Jesus, Winter. Winter just baseball hit it in the face. It just made it. I'm gonna start building bigger walls so you guys can't do anything to help him next time. Get up, June! You could do this! I was not thinking that he would be immortal. That's right, June. You take that bear and fuck it up the ass. Never mind. He got clapped. The Yaguai thinks it can actually run through the windows. That's funny. Hit it, June! You're not allowed to leave this cage till you kick its ass. Hold on, do you got any food or anything? No time for you today, Marks. We already had to deal with you one more. Was Marks in here? Winner. I appreciate it, but let you do his job. There we go. It's one lifeline, June. You don't get two. June is really manning up. I'm so proud of him. Maybe don't go near the cage door. Dumb bitch. That's right, June. Mount that Yaguai. Oh, God.
I'll cover you, sir. That takes care of that.
Seriously, Winter? I'm gonna have to build dual walls because of you. I'm gonna have to build double walls. The parody account he made of you dropping his payment and view stats. That was the thing. I didn't see it. His donos. Oh, it was probably in the moderation section. Yeah. Alright, yeah, at that point, just ban him. If you see Casper in here, ban him too. He's been banned 6 times. When you're banned, that means you can't come back. Alright, June, I'm coming down. Hopefully he's more or less...
How long my systems will endure these rugged conditions.
We were trying to help June gain his confidence back, and you're over here killing things for him. He got defended by a woman. Hold on. Hold on, June.
I'll try to make myself useful. No one wants to see a grown man feeling sorry for himself.
That's what I'm talking about. Alright, it worked.
Find anything useful?
Kind of. Welcome to Jurassic Park. feel like we have these contests with more settlers. We just gotta get more settlers. That's the thing.
Don't take offense to Marcy. She's working through the loss in her own way.
Bro, you kicked Yaguai's ass. At this point, it doesn't matter what Marcy thinks. Is that the way of trying to make Marcy? Walls wouldn't stop her. Winter just knocked its head off through the wall. And I'm like, part of me is very proud of Winter because she just kicked a Yaguai's ass. Like, full on. But part of me is also annoyed because I was hoping June would die. What the fuck was that? Oh.
Kill them all and let God start coming out.
June! Oh god. Is this because I had the cage open? Oh, we are in a very bad spot.
What's up?
He's just like, what's up? You good, Winter? They're dead.
I'm pleased to see you again.
Same. I like how all the settlers just hid in the garden. They weren't even going to have any part of that. They're going to have no part of that. They just hid in the garden, hoping to hell it would just go away. God, I'm hungry. Let's see. We should get some donos for the Tibbs TV, though. Everybody's talking about donos and how, like, yeah, we all have donos, Tibbs. What do you got? Nothing, bitch. I'm like, you know, maybe we should get some donos in here. To be fair, I didn't really put a donation option in the chat. Alright. Good job, June. Alright. We tested out the cage. We need to put extra walls because apparently this isn't good enough. Carla Kosha comes about right about here, so our wall could extend outward a little bit. What a bunch of disloyal biatches and sissies, I know, right? I like how he's just standing there at the bell. The man is rethinking his whole life at this point. June! Wow. He really is depressed. Alright, well. What's next? How long are we streaming for? 3 hours? Jesus Christ. We could probably break this stream up. And what time is it? 6:15? Ugh. Found all these locations. I guess I could. I don't know. All right, so let's talk for a couple minutes. So Winter is doing well. She says hello. She's mostly just resting today. Winter, you want to come over and say hi? Give me a second. Winter says hi. You gonna watch a movie or something? So Winter says hello. She's tired. She has questions for me when I get out the stream. Um, um, I don't even know if I want to touch base on what I was talking to her about. She's tired. She does not know when she'll be on streams. She's just been out of it lately. Um, she is feeling better from the other day, just so everybody understands. Like, if anyone's wondering if she's feeling better from the other day, she is. Um, she's just tired now. But she doesn't. She says she doesn't know when she's gonna be on any streams. Like, she doesn't want to deal with all the toxic commenters, and I wouldn't want to deal with them either, to be honest. I'm thinking to ignoring them more often, like not reading all their comments. We're getting slowly there, where we're not reading as many of their comments and just kind of ignoring a lot of it. But Winter doesn't want to deal with it. She has no interest in dealing with it, which is fair. This also has been a very meh kind of week, where everything's just slow and tiresome. Like, something about this week has been just sluggish. Let's see, D-Jet says, I'm tired too. She has my sympathies and blessings. I appreciate that. But this whole week has been kind of just bleh. Like, we're just waiting for it to get by. And I don't really know what it is. There's something in the air that kind of just feels like this is a sluggish week. I'm figuring out finances. We are struggling right now. Like, there's no shame in saying that. And being that we're struggling, time is creeping by, and assets and options and opportunities aren't as. I mean, we have been doing odd jobs for the last couple of years at least, and they don't always pay out the way they're supposed to. And we're waiting on paychecks on one hand of things, but we're also waiting on more opportunities for another hand of things. It's been a rough ride. That's the reason why I'm doing a lot of streaming, is because I'm waiting for opportunities to pop up. I've been looking, I've been applying, I've been going here and there, I've been talking to people who have had offers out there for work, and nothing's really popping up right now. It's almost summer. Summer is going to be just a flux and opportunity. We know that, but winter has been tired. I have been kind of scraping to get by, and at this point in time, I think that this whole week has just been slow and sluggish because of that. But that's why we've been streaming a lot of Fallout 4, kind of LARPing and role playing in the game, because it's fun. It gets your mind off things. And despite how many people have come in here and acted like belligerent a-holes, because for some reason, if I had to summarize what everybody's been doing, with the exception of TCAP, 19M, and a few other people, right? The majority of commenters, though, come in here and they start having this need to brag and act like they're better than everybody. I don't understand that. And that just drags down the vibe for some reason. Like, I can sit here and blow it off, make fun of it all I want, but at the end of the day, it's just irritating to be around it. So, D-Chat, if anyone acts like an asshole, you have the right to ban them on site going forward, because Winter doesn't want to deal with it. So I'm assuming that if she says she doesn't want to deal with it, she doesn't want to see me dealing with it either. That's kind of how the vibe works, I've noticed. So if anyone acts like a jerk, ban them. We don't have time for pissing contests. Sure, you could leave them if you want to, and we'll just have to just endure and just, let them blow up our chats, but the option to ban them is there if you wish to. I'm not going to tell my moderators what to do, and if I ban them, same thing. If I ban you, it is a ban for life. If you come back on another account, I ban you again. We're not going to do this whole thing where you can just evade the ban. Hiding from someone from channel or banning them means you're banned. Doesn't mean come back 5 seconds later, okay? And the reason why we're saying this is because it's just drama. We're playing Fallout 4, we're having a good time, we don't need you to come here and try to ruin it. And people have been doing that. They feel like they can just come here and just pick on people because they're better than everybody. Go back to your fucking country then. If Russia is such an amazing place and you can crap on everyone over here in America, go back to fucking Russia then. Don't be here. Fuck Russia. I've said fuck Ukraine, fuck Russia too. Fuck them both. I hope they just cancel each other out. I really do. But that being said, we're not here to be a bitch to everybody. We're here to try to play video games. And being that this week has been slow and rough, it hasn't been just a week. It's been a couple of months of this. I will sit here and say things going great when they're not, because I don't think everybody needs to know my business, but also it's not like any of you actually intend to help. Let's be honest here. Those of you who do want to help almost never can. So what's the point? You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be an a-hole. It's just, I think when it comes down to it, pick your battles, pick what you want to do with your time, right? We'll allow people to comment. Everybody gets one warning. That's how we're going to do it. D-Chat, let's make it that way. Everybody gets a warning, okay? And it has to be out, like, it has to be very obvious that it's toxicity. You know what I mean? Like, just degrading language, like decuck, for example. I don't want to hear that. I don't want no one to make fun of my moderator like that. That's not fucking cool. It's not. We're not going to allow it. I think you get one warning. That is as fair as I can be. That way it keeps chat somewhat open. You still have the opportunity to speak if you want to. Like, look at TCAP Gaming. Sure, he is a troll. It's very obvious. But he's not sitting here being a complete cunt to everybody. He's actually having a good time. It's just one example. I have to use an example, right? I can't use a moderator as an example because moderators basically pretty much do whatever I say. If I say do whatever the fuck you want, get away with it, they will do that. You know what I Generally, that's how it works. Tedder says hello. Hello. But generally, that's how the rule is going to work. You get a warning, then we ban if you don't follow the warning. I imagine we'll stream tomorrow. It is 6:24 p.m. my time right now, so I figured this would be our last stream for the night. But we will stream again tomorrow. I can see that being a thing. We'll probably do more Fallout 4 too. I do think that when it comes down to it, I want to keep this trend of exploring. We've gotten a lot of locations figured out, and we've cleared a lot of locations too, which I think is kind of cool. We also found a lot of settlements. I still want to know why. I think Archet is part of the Brotherhood quest. That's probably why it's not cleared. I think that quests prevent it from being cleared if there's a quest attached to it, and I think that's gonna be a lot of places here. But we'll continue to expand southward and potentially eastward in the next episode. We'll also continue our settlement building. We're also going to fine-tune our gladiator arena. We might try to do Deathclaws, but I don't know if I want to do Deathclaws. Okay, bye. Alright, we'll see you down the next one, man. But I think Deathclaws would be a bit much. But, I feel like we can fine-tune this more. And we'll fine-tune it slowly. We have to try to get more settlers. That, or I could put in ghouls or raiders or something and see about that. Like, one on each side, or 3 different areas. Something like that would make sense. And we'll fine-tune that throughout the next couple episodes. But right now I'm not entirely sure. Also, next episode we're going to start doing some more quests. I mean, this is still technically a full playthrough. Except for it's not the main story, it's kind of a fine-tuned version of the main story. So, we'll do some more on the next episode for quest as well. I don't know what we're going to do, though. We might just do some more Minutemen stuff, so all these. Do some all these, really. And then maybe we'll do Story of the Century, too. Best of 3. Dog rescue, find the black lab. Aww. Anyway, I guess that's going to be it for the day, though. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Hope you all had a good time. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace out. Adios.